Joining me now for more, Arthur Aidala, who's a Fox News legal analyst and president of the Brooklyn Bar Association, so fancy, and Mark Eiglarz, who's a former prosecutor, now criminal defense attorney. Here's the thing. This lays out that Freddie Gray was flailing around in the back of that van, that the officer stopped, checked on him, that Alicia White, she didn't show up until the 4th stop. Okay, so this is only 1 stop away from the end of the journey. They are charging this woman with causing his death, How do they get there? You tell me, Arthur, whether they have overcharged.
Oh, they've definitely overcharged, and I would like to compliment Judge Murphy because he did a great job and clearly a real professional. But Megyn, I have to be honest with you, I kind of felt like he was playing the role of the defense attorney. Those are the things I say when the evidence is not too good against my client.
Oh, good to know. We'll remember that in the future.
Let's not speculate. Let's show restraint before we rush to judgment. Those are things that usually a defense attorney says when the evidence is overwhelming against them. Here, I agree with him. I think the cops probably did release that report. You know why, Megyn? It helps them. They've been under siege for so long. It's like, hey, look, we finally got the paperwork. We didn't kill anybody.
They say they don't have it. Their defense attorneys say we don't have it.
I'm not the defense attorney. I'm talking about police. The police who probably are able through their contacts to get their hands on it. They're finally standing up for themselves and saying we didn't do anything wrong.
Here's what it shows, Mark, that this guy was under the influence of narcotics, that he was misbehaving in the back of that police van, that they had to stop and put the additional shackles on him, that they placed him down on his belly. The medical examiner concludes that if he had stayed down on his belly, he would not have suffered a life-ending injury, but instead he got himself up, and that is what caused him to fall and hurt himself, and that the person who put him in the van should have foreseen that he was going to get himself up in this tiny space, and that they would stop short, and that he would get hurt to the point of dying, and that when the van stopped after the 4th time, Sergeant Alicia White, when she showed up to help her partner on the case subdue this man, should have noticed immediately that he was not only hurt, but hurt so badly that death was around the corner. And because she didn't, she's guilty and he's guilty, him of second-degree murder and her of manslaughter. Really? They can't talk now.
Quite a stretch. Yeah, no question. I think that this case is overcharged. But that being said, Judge Murphy does make some very good points. We do not have all of the evidence at all. But even in a light most favorable to the prosecution, we have never heard that the driver intentionally slammed on his brakes at all. The problem, however, Megyn, and anyone, no matter what side you're on, I still haven't heard anyone answer this question. Why didn't they buckle him in violation of their policy?
Well,
now,
you
again,
tell
I don't
me,
think
Arthur, you tell me, because the autopsy report details the yelling and banging causing the van to rock that was going on by Freddie Gray, and these cops are likely to argue that they weren't going to lean over a disruptive prisoner to put a belt on, because we've already heard from other Baltimore cops that can lead to biting and other bad situations for the police.
But Megyn, you also told us just past Tuesday night that it wasn't even a policy until a few days before. And my understanding is it was a policy that was buried. No, it was. I think within 2 weeks before, they came down with an edict. When someone's in the back, they must be buckled in. And it
for
was
this very reason, Arthur.
But it's not murder.
But there's no proof that it was communicated to these particular officers. There was no proof whatsoever that it was communicated to them.
It's still not murder.
All right, I got to leave it at that.
That's
Good
true.
to see you both.
It's going to be tough to argue that side, though, that they didn't know.
Got to go. Well, we also have new details.